So today we are going to connect with the new moon. And this is a time where we can't actually see the moon in the sky. It's the beginning of a new moon cycle, which means it's a really great time to set intentions and then watch how they grow throughout the rest of the cycle. And this new moon falls in Leo. I love the Leo energy. It's so passionate, creative, optimistic, and very authentic, which I think is one of the most important things to finding a deep sense of inner peace and happiness, is being able to be yourself, know yourself, and not be afraid to show who you are. A lot of these characteristics are also qualities of the energetic heart center or the heart chakra. And in yoga, it's said that our truest self lives in the heart center. So again, being your true authentic self, it comes from your heart. It comes from a place of love rather than a place of fear or jealousy or letting your ego get in the way. And all of these are more of our emotional body, but the physical body and the emotional body are very much connected. According to the Cleveland Clinic, if someone says that they are feeling like they have a broken heart because they're sad, it can literally weaken their heart muscles temporarily. Also, if you think about how it feels to round your back and slump over, closing off your heart, it feels very different compared to having the shoulders rolled back, sitting up nice and tall. I feel much more confident and sure of myself in this position. So essentially, we are going to mobilize the area around the energetic heart center so that it will open up that heart energy as well. And once your heart is feeling open and you have the support of the Leo new moon, it's going to be a really great time to sit down and reflect on what your desires are, what intentions you would like to set for the new moon cycle. So I will give you a few journal prompts at the end to help get that thought process going. And let's get started. If you have 2 blocks, that would be really great. If you don't have blocks, you can use something around the house, maybe some pillows or a blanket rolled up or anything else that you think would work here. I'll show you what we're setting up. We're gonna set up a supported fish pose with 1 block on the lowest setting under your shoulders and 1 block on the medium setting for your head. You'll lay back on the first block and then rest your head on the second block. And take a moment to adjust the blocks or adjust whatever support you're working with so that it feels comfortable for your upper body. You want to feel your heart opening up and your shoulders melting down towards the ground. Then once it feels good for your upper body, find a position that feels good for your legs. If you want a little bit more support for your low back, keep your knees bent with your feet wide and let your knees drop in towards each other. You could also straighten your legs here. Or if you want to get into the hips, you're welcome to bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop out to the sides. Settle in to your posture. Close your eyes and start to take some slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Notice the natural rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Feel the lightness in your body, in your chest, as you inhale, and tune into the heaviness as you exhale, feeling your upper back melting down into the block or into the support. And begin to visualize a bright green light at your heart center. As you inhale, visualize your breath as white light. See it coming in through your nose and all the way down to your chest where it meets the green light and it feeds it so that the green light grows brighter with the exhale, shining out in all directions. Inhale, white light down to your heart. And exhale, green light shining out in all directions. Sending yourself some love and support to your heart with the breath in. And letting yourself shine with the breath out. Letting your true self come through. Take a few more breaths with that visualization. Start to release your visualization, relax your breath, and we're gonna slide the block out from underneath the head. If you have a rolled up blanket, just have it like horizontal underneath your upper back, your rib cage. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, and your elbows can either point up towards the ceiling or they can be out to the side. But you want to start to lean back over your support. And as you exhale, lift up, letting all the breath out. Inhale, lean back. And exhale, lift back up, pressing your back into the support. One more time like that. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, lift. Good, then we'll start to release that block. So press your elbow down into the floor, slide that block out from underneath, and bring it under your head. Or you can have a pillow here. Just something to take the weight off of your shoulder. You're gonna roll to your left side and reach your left arm straight out in line with your shoulder. Bring your right hand to rest somewhere on top of your left arm. Then begin to slide your right fingertips like you're reaching past your left fingertips. They might even reach past. Then slide your right hand across your left arm, across your chest. You might adjust the support under your head so you can roll your head to the right and then straighten your right arm out to the side. Make a half circle down with your right arm. Bring it back in line with your left arm. Reach forward, letting your shoulder blade glide forward. Then slide your hand across your arm, across your chest, and out to the side. One more time like that, making a half circle down. Reach. Slide your hand across your arm, across your chest, all the way out to the right side, and then settle into a twist here for a moment. Letting your right arm relax. And take your left hand and just gently slide your fingers from your shoulder to your chest and your chest back to your shoulder. Gently massaging that area. Relax your left arm back down and send a deep breath to the front of your right shoulder. Feel it relax as you exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, relax the front of the shoulder. You can stick with that, or this time, make a fist with your right hand and squeeze all the muscles of your arm, engage the muscles around your shoulder, and as you exhale, let it out through your mouth and relax your arm and your shoulder. One more time. Inhale, squeeze all the muscles of the right arm and shoulder. Exhale, let it go. Good, then start to roll onto your back and switch sides, rolling onto your right side. Reach your right arm straight out in line with your shoulder, left arm landing somewhere on top of your right, and reach your left fingertips forward, letting your shoulder blades slide forward. Glide your hand across your arm, across your chest, and open it out to the left side. Make a half circle down and around, bringing it back in line with your right arm. Reach forward. Slide your hand across your arm, across your chest, out wide. Make a half circle down and around. One more time, reaching. And open it out to the side. Then hold here in your twist. Take your right hand to the top of your left shoulder and chest, and just gently massage the area from your shoulder to your chest. A really light touch, encouraging that area to relax. Then relax your right arm back down, and imagine sending your breath to your left shoulder. Feel it lift on the inhale and connect to the heaviness as you exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And you can stay with just the breath or engage the muscles of the left arm. Make a fist with your left hand. Squeeze the muscles. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out through your mouth. Let it relax. One more time. Inhale. Squeeze. Exhale. Let it go. Then roll onto your back and take that block out from underneath your head, lowering all the way down onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Straighten your legs, reach your arms up overhead. Get as long as you can. Then start to reach your arms up towards the ceiling and down beside your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, reach your arms back down beside your hips. Two more like that. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, reach. And exhale down. Then rest your arms down beside your hips. Bend your knees, bringing your feet flat on the mat. Press your feet down. Roll through your spine to lift your hips up into a bridge pose. Stay here for a moment, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're welcome to stay here or just do the arms, or we'll put the two together. So as you lower your hips, start to reach your arms up overhead. And as you lift your hips up, reach your arms back down. Inhale as you lower your hips and reach up overhead. Exhale as you lift your hips and lower your arms. One more time. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, lift your hips, lower your arms. Keep your arms there, then roll through your spine to lower back down. Reach your arms straight up to the ceiling, interlace your fingers, making a fist, and start to press your fist up towards the ceiling and press your back down into the floor. Your shoulders will lift a little bit away from the ground. As you inhale, relax that. As you exhale, punch your hands up towards the ceiling, press your mid-back around your rib cage down into the floor. Inhale, relax. One more time. Exhale, press your back into the floor, lift your hands up to the ceiling. Inhale, relax. Lift your feet off of the ground, hug your knees into your belly. Give yourself a big hug, lifting your nose up towards your knees. Squeeze everything into a tight ball. Then relax your shoulders and your head back down. Bring your hands behind your knees. If it feels good to rock and roll, start to massage the length of your spine, rolling back and forth, or you can roll to one side and press yourself up. We're going to come up into a seated position. So anything that feels comfortable, maybe crossing one leg in front of the other. You're welcome to prop your hips up on a blanket or a block here. We'll start to drop chin down to chest and round your back. As you inhale, lift your chin up to the ceiling, open up your heart, drawing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. Inhale, open up. 2 more, exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, chin to chest. Notice how it feels in the upper back. Inhale, notice how it feels in the chest. And then come back to center and start to roll your shoulders up to your ears, back, down, and around. Gently squeezing the shoulder blades together. Switch the direction of your rolls, bringing your shoulders forward, down, back, and around. Squeezing out any tension in the upper back. Then relax your shoulders down and bring your fingertips to your sternum and gently start to tap your fingers along your chest. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and a full breath out. We'll add the sound ah as we exhale here. So take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, open your mouth. Ah. You could do that one more time. Deep breath in through your nose. And let your fingers be still. Press your palms over your heart center and just give a gentle press. Breathing into the space beneath your hands. Relax your arms down and kick your right leg out straight. So you're in a half butterfly position with your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Start to reach your left arm up and over towards your right leg. Then lower your left hand down to the outside of your left hip. Press your hand down. Hug your shoulder blade to your rib cage as you lift up your hips. Open up your chest and then lower your hips back down. Take a side stretch towards your right leg. Lower your left hand down. Lift your hips up. Reach the right arm up. Lower back down one more time. Side stretch towards your right leg. Lower your left hand down. Lift your hips up. Then lower your hips down and we'll switch sides. Bending your right knee, bring your left leg out to the side. Reach your right arm up and over for a big side body stretch. Lower your right hand down to the outside of your right hip. Press your hand down, lift your hips up. Lower back down, reach up and over towards your left leg. Lower your right hand down, lift your hips up. One more time, lower down, reach up and over. Right hand down, lift your hips up. Good, then lower your hips down. Bring your legs out in front of you with the feet flat on the mat, hands behind you, fingertips facing the sides of the mat. Roll your shoulder blades together first, then press your hands and your feet down to lift your hips up off of the ground and really push your hands into the mat and lift your chest up between your shoulders. Lower your hips down as you inhale. As you exhale, push the floor away. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, tap down. One more time, exhale. Lift your hips up. Lift your chest up. And lower back down. And then start to come around into a tabletop position. And if you have your blocks at the back of the mat, go ahead and move them to the top so that they're ready to go if you want them later. And once you're in your tabletop position, take a few rounds of cat and cow and maybe just isolate the movement in your upper back first, letting your chest kind of melt between your shoulders and then pressing the floor away, lifting up between the shoulder blades. Getting that movement just in the upper back and the chest. And then let that movement ripple out into the rest of your spine for a full cat and cow pose. As you inhale, stretching the front of your body. And as you exhale, rounding your back. One more deep breath in. Exhale, round your back. Come back to a neutral position and extend your right leg back, tucking your toes under. Start to rock back and forth a few times, pressing your heel down towards the ground and then shifting forward. Come back to center, swing your left foot off of the ground, off of the mat to the left side, and come into a modified side plank, reaching your right arm up to the ceiling, pressing your hips forward a little bit. Start to take some big circles with the right arm, reaching back, down, forward, up, and around. And if it feels kind of sticky in the shoulder, bend your elbow as much as you'd like. You can even hold on to the top of your right shoulder to give you a little bit more control of your movement. One more big circle. Then let your right hand come all the way down, back into your tabletop. Extend your left leg back with the toes tucked under and rock back and forth a few times, waking up the back of the left leg and the calf. Come back to center, swing your right foot off of the mat to give you some support as you open up into your modified side plank. Really push your right hand down into the floor, feeling your shoulder blade hug your rib cage, and then sweep your left arm back, down, forward, and around. And even though the arm is doing a really big movement here, make sure the shoulder blade is moving as well, gliding forward, gliding back, gliding up and down. Bend your elbow as much as you'd like. One more big circle. And let your arm come all the way down and bring you back into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under and start to lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Find a little bit of movement in your down dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Or shaking your hips a little bit. Maybe shrugging your shoulders. And settle into stillness for a moment, bringing your feet towards each other. Shift the weight into your left foot and float your right leg back and up into a three-legged down dog, lifting through your right heel. Feel the stretch in the back of your left leg. Then lower your right foot down and lift your left leg back and up into three-legged down dog, keeping your toes pointing down towards the ground. Lower your left foot down. Walk your feet forward to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. And take your feet nice and wide. Bend your knees to release your back and let your torso hang heavy. Maybe hold on to opposite elbows to give a little bit more weight. And start to sway from side to side or forward and back, or even make a little figure 8 movement. Give your head a shake side to side or forward and back, encouraging your neck to relax. And release the bind with your hands and slowly begin to roll all the way up to standing with your breath in. Reach your arms out and up. As you exhale, take an open arm twist to the right, reaching your right arm back, your left arm forward. Maybe your gaze goes back towards your right hand. Inhale, back through center, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Bring your palms together and drop your hands back behind your head. Lift the elbows up so the shoulder blades are lifting up, and then lean your head back into your hands. Press your hips forward for a little back bend. Come back through center, reach your arms up. Exhale, pause for a moment with your hands at your heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, leading with your heart, arms open out wide to the sides, coming back into your forward fold. From here, step your right foot back, lower your right knee, and come into a narrow knee low lunge. So your knees are at about a 90-90 bend. Let's bring the arms down with the palms facing up and elbows close to your side waist, pinkies towards each other. Then start to point your thumbs back, bringing your hands away from each other. Inhale, bring the pinkies towards each other. Exhale, pull the thumbs back. Inhale, pinkies towards each other. Exhale, back. Inhale and exhale. Okay, let's do 3 more. Notice how it feels in your shoulders. 2 and 1 more. Good. Then lower your hands down. Right hand will stay down, left arm will lift up for a twist. You can choose if you want to keep your back knee down, or you can tuck the toes under and lift your back knee off of the ground. Dragonfly twist. With your exhale, start to wrap your left arm underneath your left thigh. Tuck your chin into your chest. As you inhale, lean back into your twist, opening up. Exhale, wrap your left arm underneath, round your upper back, lift your arm up into your leg. Inhale, lean back, let your right arm and shoulder catch you. Exhale, wrap it under 1 more time. Inhale, lift back up. Then lower your left hand down, lift your back knee if it's down, and slide your foot in a little bit at about a 45-degree angle for pyramid pose. And it can be really nice to have some support underneath your hands here to give you a little bit more length in your spine. So try to get a nice long back, and then find a little movement in your rib cage, shimmying side to side so that your left shoulder comes towards your left hip and then your right shoulder comes towards your right hip. Good. From here, we're going to turn to the right. You can take your blocks with you if you'd like, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Then find a few side lunges, bending one knee and then the other, rocking your hips from side to side. Hold your right knee bent and your left leg towards straight. Walk your hands close to your left foot and push your hands down into the floor. Start to pulse your right knee, bending a little bit deeper and then bringing it a little bit towards straight. Good, come back through center, wide leg forward fold, relax your head and your neck, give it a little shake. Then lift up halfway, let's say your back is nice and long, and see if you can find a little cat-cow movement in your upper back here, pushing the floor away or pushing the blocks away, and then relaxing your chest. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, relax. 1 more time, exhale, round. Inhale, relax. Soften your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Coming into 5-pointed star, spread your fingers and take up a lot of space here. Then turn your toes out and your heels in, coming into your natural turnout. Open your arms out wide, a soft bend of your elbows and your wrists. We'll start to pulse the arms back like you're pushing something back into space. And let your arms kind of naturally bounce back to center. And notice if your rib cage is popping forward, and try to keep it pretty still so you're just moving in the shoulders. Take 1 more deep breath here. Good, then straighten your legs, reach your arms up, 5-pointed star. Bring your hands to your low back, interlace your fingers, and start to straighten your arms. It can be really nice here to have a strap or a towel or something between your hands if it's feeling tight in the shoulders, to bring your hands together. Roll your shoulder blades together and start to straighten your arms. Maybe you lean back just a little bit. If this feels okay, take it with you as you come down into a wide leg forward fold, lifting your hands up away from your low back, taking a shoulder rinse. Then release your hands down, lift back up onto your fingertips or grab your blocks if you took them with you as you turn back to the top of the mat. From here, step back to downward facing dog, stepping your left foot back to meet your right. Lower your knees down into tabletop. Keep your left hand where it is and bring your right hand behind your head. Lift the back of your head into your hand as you gaze down towards the mat. As you inhale, lift and twist to the right, lifting your elbow up towards the ceiling, and then come back to center as you exhale. Inhale, lift and twist, push the left hand down into the floor. Back to center. Inhale, twist, exhale, center. 2 more, inhale and exhale. This time we'll hold the twist, straighten your right arm, and start to thread it through between your left hand and your left knee, lowering down to the right side of your head and your shoulder for thread the needle. And take a deep breath into your upper back. Then press your left hand down to come back out. Reach your right arm out to the side and up. And then circle your arm down. Step back to a high plank from here. You can stay with the knees lifted for a moment or drop your knees right away. Take one more breath, feeling your hands pushing down into the floor. Strong in the shoulders. Then slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Once you get there, take your hands out wide for a fingertip cobra with your elbows lifted. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other as you roll through your spine. Let your head be the last thing to lift up. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your pubic bone down. Lift your chest, lift your head. Exhale, roll back down. One more time, rolling cobra, lifting up. Exhale, back down. Good. And then come into Sphinx pose from here, bringing your forearms on the floor in front of you. Maybe the elbows are under your shoulders or they can be forward a little bit, depending on how it feels for your back. But energetically press your forearms and your hands down into the floor and then draw them back so your chest is coming through your shoulders. Let's take a few neck circles here, dropping your chin to your chest, circle your head around in one direction. And then take a few circles in the other direction. Bring your head back to center. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower down, slide your hands underneath your shoulders and press yourself up and back to a narrow knee child's pose. Having your knees together, sending your hips towards your heels. Relax your forehead down to the ground. Your arms could reach out, or maybe you bend the elbows, bringing your hands together behind your head. And start to lower your hands back down, lift up into tabletop, and then all the way into downward facing dog. Shrug your shoulders a few times, pushing the floor away, feeling your shoulder blades glide away from your rib cage, and then let your shoulder blades glide down towards your rib cage. Do that a few times. And then hold your downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards each other. Shift the weight into your right foot. Float your left leg back and up. Lower your left foot down. Float your right leg back and up. Lower your right foot down. Make your way forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Soften your knees. Ragdoll. Relax your head and your neck. Release your arms, soften your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, take an open arm twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, bringing your palms together. Drop your hands behind your head, lifting the elbows up, pressing the hips gently forward. Come back through center. Lower your hands in front of your heart and pause for a moment. And reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Swan dive forward, reaching the arms out to the sides as you forward fold. Come all the way back down. Step your left foot back this time. Drop your left knee down and rise up into your narrow knee low lunge. Bring your hands out in front of you with the palms facing up, elbows close to your side, and then start to pull your thumbs back into space and bring the pinkies back together. Exhale, back, inhale together. Really pointing the thumbs back as far as you can. One more. And come back to center. Lower your left hand down. For your dragonfly twist, reach your right arm up. Back knee can stay down or you can lift it off of the ground. Either way, lean back into your left arm. As you exhale, start to wrap your right arm underneath your right leg. Round your back, lift your arm up into your leg. Inhale, open up and twist. Exhale, wrap your right arm under. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, twist, and then lower your right hand down. Slide your back foot in a little bit for pyramid pose, coming up maybe onto your fingertips or grabbing your blocks so that your spine, your back is nice and long. And then shimmy your rib cage a few times from side to side. Come back to center. Start to turn to the left. You might slide your left foot back a little bit further. You can take your blocks with you and find a few side lunges, rocking right and left, sitting your hips back into space. Then hold the bend of your left knee and walk your hands towards your right foot. Relax your head and your neck, press your hands into the floor, into your blocks, and pulse your left knee, bending it a little bit deeper and then lifting. Come back through center, walking your hands right underneath your shoulders, and see if you can cat-cow your upper back a few times. Inhale, softening your chest. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, soften. Exhale, round. Bend your knees and roll all the way up to standing into 5 pointed stars. Spread your fingers, lift your heart, a little lift of your chin. Then turn your toes out your heels and come into your goddess squat with your arms out wide, a soft bend of your elbows and your wrists, and start to pulse your arms back like you're pushing something back. Letting them just naturally come back to center. And again, notice if your rib cage is popping forward as you bring the arms back, and see if you can keep it pretty steady. Finding strength in the shoulders. Good, one more breath. And then straighten your legs, reach your arms up. Lower your hands behind your low back. Switch the grip of your fingers as you interlace them. Roll your shoulder blades together, straighten your arms, and maybe lean back a little bit. Chest expansion. As you exhale, come down into a wide leg forward fold with a shoulder rinse, lifting your hands up away from your low back. It can feel really nice to tuck your chin into your chest for a moment and then release. Lower your hands down, taking your blocks with you if you have them as you turn back around to the top of the mat. Lower your hands and step your right foot back to downward facing dog. Roll forward, lowering your knees into tabletop. This time, right hand will stay down, left hand comes behind your head. Start by lifting the back of your head into your hand. As you inhale, lift and twist, open to the left. Exhale, back to center. Hug right shoulder blade to your rib cage to support you as you lift the left elbow up and then come back down. 2 more, lift and twist. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Hold here, straighten your left arm and thread it through for thread the needle this time, coming all the way down to the left side of your head, your shoulder. Taking a few deep breaths into your upper back. Then press your right hand down, sweep your left arm back out to the side and up, twist, circle your left arm down and around. Step your feet back into your high plank. Focus on pushing the floor away with your hands, with your arms. Feel it all the way up into your shoulders and upper back. Drop your knees down and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Take your hands out wide, fingertip cobra. Roll through your spine as you lift your chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 1 more rolling cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Good. We're going to stay here and extend your left arm straight out to the side in line with your shoulder as you start to roll onto your left side. And you can play with the angle of your left arm. So if it doesn't feel good in line with your shoulder, you can try sliding it down so it's closer towards your hip. And there's no need to push too far here. You want it to be a really gentle stretch, using your breath to soften the tension and ease your way into it. No rush. The legs can be anywhere that's comfortable. You can kind of scissor the legs, or the right knee can bend, bringing your foot flat on the mat. Start to roll back through center. You might wiggle a little bit to the left side of your mat as you extend your right arm out to the side, and then roll onto your right side. Adjust your legs to hold you in place, left hand on the ground. Imagine you can send your breath to the right shoulder. Roll onto your belly, slide your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up and back into your narrow knee child's pose. Arms can be straight out, or again bending your elbows, bringing your hands together behind your head. Start to lower your hands back down and then lift yourself up. Coming into a comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath in and reach your arms out to the side and up. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more time, deep breath in. Exhale, rest your hands in front of your heart center. And start to separate your pointer finger, middle finger, and ring fingers, keeping your pinkies and thumbs touching, making a lotus flower with your hands. And as you hold here, I invite you to add a mantra or an affirmation to your practice. As you inhale, silently repeating the phrase, "I allow my heart to guide me." And as you exhale, silently repeating the phrase, even when it feels vulnerable. I allow my heart to guide me, even when it feels vulnerable. Then bring your hands over your heart center, pressing your palms into your chest. And taking a few deep breaths to fill the space beneath your hands. Feel your chest lifting and lowering. Feel your heart beating. And we'll close with the seed sound for the heart chakra, which is YAM, Y-A-M. So begin by taking a deep breath in through your nose. Relax your arms, blink your eyes open. I'm going to come closer to the camera. So now that your heart is feeling more open, it would be a really great time to sit down and reflect on how you're feeling and what intentions you'd like to create for this new moon cycle. So I'm going to put a few journal prompts into the chat that you can copy paste or you can write them down. It didn't separate them, so it doesn't look that good, but I'll read them out loud as well. So the first one is, are you living authentically, or are you living based on other people's expectations? The second question is, what areas of your life could use more courage, joy, or passion? And the third question is, what makes you truly happy? So take some time to reflect on these questions, and then based on how you're feeling about each one, set some intentions for the new moon cycle. Maybe you want to try to do more things that make you happy. Maybe you want to cultivate more courage or joy or passion into a certain part of your life. Whatever comes up for you, create an intention that you can focus on for this cycle. And know that the Leo new moon and in general the Leo season right now is supporting you to follow your dreams. It's supporting you to really listen to your heart and to love yourself and to let your true self shine through. If you enjoyed connecting to the energetics of the moon, and you're also someone who has a menstrual cycle, I'd highly recommend that you check out my website, moonphaseyoga.com, where you can learn how to optimize your health and find balance in your day-to-day life by practicing yoga that honors your cyclical nature. Okay, feel free to add any questions or comments you have in the chat box or in the comments. And if you want to subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel, I would love that. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope this Leo new moon brings you a lot of joy and happiness.